Apocalypse Now is based on Joseph Conrad's novella, Heart of Darkness, which was published in 1898. The topic addressed by Conrad's book was the idea of imperialism and its effects on the continent of Africa. The main character in the book is named Marlowe, and the plot chronicles his journey to find an ivory trader named Kurtz. Marlowe hears so much about Kurtz during his journey that he becomes infamous, and Marlowe is surprised to learn who he really is upon meeting Kurtz in person. The antagonist of the book is Kurtz. Kurtz has the intention to enlighten the Africans of the Congo, but loses control and corrupts them, changing their lives in a negative way and driving himself crazy in the process. If we jump ahead to look at the 1970s in America, the power of anti-war protesting was increasing as citizens questioned the country's motives for involvement in the Vietnam War. As a response to this, after the war in 1979, Francis Ford Coppola brought back the premise of Conrad's Heart of Darkness and applied it to the Vietnam War in Apocalypse Now. The goal of this film was to show how the motives of the U.S. became distorted and abstract when they were put into action. He did this by portraying many different aspects of the Vietnam War. He not only showed us the heroism of the war, but he also showed us the overall states of confusion, some corruption, and some misplaced leadership. The Vietnam War escalated the anti-war movement in America, and the characters in this movie reflect that as they struggle to grasp what exactly they are fighting for. Many of the soldiers in Vietnam also opposed the war, so they had to fight for something they didn't believe in or even understand. This is arguably the reason for Colonel Kurtz's madness. The idea of killing for a living with no meaning behind it may have got to him. American forces left Vietnam in March 1973 after about 58,000 soldiers had died. Coppola's goal was to show the reality of war in a multidimensional way. He achieved this goal by having Kurtz embody so many things. Kurtz shows the U.S. intentions of the war, but as he loses control of himself, he symbolizes how the U.S. lost control and became more deeply involved than had been intended. Because of this, Coppola has said, "My film is not a movie. It is not about Vietnam. It is Vietnam."